And we're back. We are live. Here it is, you guys. It's that time again, that very special time when this very special channel does that very special thing. When I go live. It's that. All right. How's everybody doing? We got myself here, and I got the pup right here in my lap. He's finally calming down. Hopefully, it stays that way. See, got him in his bed in my lap. See, look at that puppy. Little baby pupskis. Yep. So, we are ready to party Friday night. Sunflowers here. That's right. Hit the thumbs up. Know Thyself says, "What's up, Jake?" All right. Before the stream started, Freedom Mind said, "Shout out to QNFE or QNFE, whichever." Yeah, shout out to him. He does good work. I figure he's going to be making a video about. Never mind. I'll just let him make the next video. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me say hello to everybody. And then I got a cram-packed show for you. A lot has went on. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up, but Trump's already done some questionable shit. And he ain't been in office but like a few days, and he's already doing a bunch of questionable shit. Shocker, right? The guy who did questionable shit in his last term, doing questionable shit again. Whoa. Consider me shocked. We're going to have to investigate, see what sorts of questionable shit this is. Going to get down to it. So tonight I thought we would look into, some of the people he's been hanging out with, keeping company with. We'll look into his inauguration, that little clown show. We'll look into Elon's recent gesture. He made a gesture. It's in my thumbnail. We'll talk about Elon's gesture, and we'll talk about Stargate. You guys heard that one now? Trump signing a new deal. They're calling it Stargate. It's supposedly the building of the infrastructure of the AI that's going to basically govern us and rule us, take over the world. Sounds pretty cool, huh? Fixing that economy. What else do we got? We got, oh yeah, Trump wants to get the January Sixers released. Yeah, he wants to release them, right? As if the whole thing was real, right? Playing into the story that whole event was for real. Anyone who looked into that event, yeah, you found out real quick that it was staged as fuck. So why is Trump now talking about we need to let these people out of jail? Interesting. All right, we got we'll start right there, and then if we have extra time, maybe we'll dive into a few other subjects. But a lot to cover this evening, so it should be good. All right. Got Dird says Trump is changing the 22nd Amendment so he can run a third term. Interesting. I did not hear about that. Misanthropic says, I've got this vacuum thingy attached to my head right now. It's so annoying. And of course, the homers here, they were in a terrible, they were in a terrible, tragic fire, and their family is devastated. And so if any of you guys are friends with Misanthropic or Got Dird on Facebook, they have a donation set up to where you can help them out. They lost a child in a fire, and so it's a tough story. So when she says she's got a vacuum thingy attached to her head right now, I'm guessing it's something to do with medical issues. All right. Jake, what do you think of gematria? They code numbers into their events, but trying to predict what they're going to do by pulling numbers out of your own ass, like Zach Hubbard does, for instance. That's the part of gematria I don't like. So do the elites who, write the world script in advance for these world stage actors, do they have them flashing these hand signs, and do they have numbers encoded into their operations? Absolutely. But trying to, like, beforehand, pull some numbers out of your ass and then predict a football game result, for instance, that's where I draw the line. I don't like that kind of gematria. So some people have said that I don't believe in gematria because I've exposed to Zach Hubbard as being a con artist. But I will admit that they do code numbers into their operations and whatnot. I'm just highly against guys who decode football games or any sports event by pulling numbers out of their own ass, and plugging in their own numbers, putting in words to a gematria calculator, and then acting as if you're doing some sort of decoding. That's the sort of gematria that I'm not a fan of. All right. Yeah, sometimes they have it coded for both teams, right? And they're going to do whatever they want to do anyway. They hold all the cards. All right, so we'll go ahead and jump into the first segment. Let me set my dog down. Here, puppy. All right, so let's dive into the first segment here. Got several videos lined up, but I thought we would check out Trump meeting with Bill Gates. Did you guys hear about that?
Intriguing.
Bill Gates reveals intriguing dinner with Donald Trump. So this has been, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. But yeah, Donald Trump met with Bill Gates. Now, I don't believe that these are real dudes in real positions. I think this is an actor who plays the part of Bill Gates. And Bill Gates is like a lightning rod for people's hatred. People think that this guy is the guy behind the big evil plan. He's not. This is just an actor who plays the part of Bill Gates. And then there's a guy who plays the part of Trump, who's supposed to be like the good guy, right? So now they have the good guy and the bad guy meeting up for dinner. Why would they have the good guy and the bad guy meeting up for dinner in their little script?
Have you met with Donald Trump since the election?
Yeah, I had a chance to go have a long and actually quite intriguing dinner with him.
What did you discuss? What was intriguing?
Well, we touched on a lot of things. It was over 3 hours. To my surprise, it was, just he and I, his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, and the person who helps manage things for me, Larry Cohen. So the four of us sat there, and it was quite wide-ranging. Global health's the area that I work in, and such amazing things have happened and can happen there. I spoke a lot about HIV and that the foundation's literally working on a cure for that. We're at an early stage, and
they're going to cure HIV, y'all. Let's go. USA, cure HIV. USA, cure HIV. See, and people say Bill Gates is a bad guy. How can you say that? Dude wants to cure HIV. I mean, come on. Him and Trump meeting up, sounds like a good thing, right?
And so, he, in the COVID days, accelerated the vaccine innovation. So I, was asking him if maybe the same kind of thing could be done here. And we both got, I think, pretty excited about that.
Whoa. What? Back up the truck, old guy. What did you just say?
And so, he, in the COVID days, accelerated the vaccine innovation. So
Yes, he accelerated the jab right to people's arms. So let's not forget that when Trump was in office the first time around, that he did promote and endorse the jabba ding dong all up in your sling schlong. Remember that?
was asking him if maybe the same kind of thing could be done here. And we both got, I think, pretty excited about that.
If the same thing could be done here, where? And you got excited about that. Why?
We talked about polio, where, we're very close to getting that done, but
Polio? Dude, I don't know anybody who ever got polio or died of polio, bro. Well, what you talk about polio for, bro?
if you stop, it'll spread back. And so I explained why it's been tough in Pakistan, Afghanistan. We've had cases show up in Gaza. We have cases in Africa. And he was fascinated to hear what he could do to maximize the chance that during the next 4 years, that incredible milestone will be achieved.
You hear the way he's talking? Yeah, hey, Trumpers, why is your guy meeting up with this guy? Now, see, I'm deep enough down the truth hole that I know that they're just actors playing parts, that they aren't really making these moves. But if you're a Trumper and you believe Trump really is a good guy fighting the deep state, why is he hanging out with this fella? Huh? He's keeping his friends close and his enemies closer. Got to do some mental gymnastics, right? All right. Andy Ballers says, thoughts on Trump trying to change the 14th Amendment. I got to be honest. I had these topics written down for a few days now for the next time I went live, that I was going to talk about him meeting with Bill Gates, the inauguration, Stargate, and then Elon's gesture, and then I also had a couple other things, if I can make it to it, like Doge targets the penny. I'll get to that maybe. So those are the subjects I had tonight. I honestly haven't looked into Trump trying to change the 14th Amendment yet. It's like they cram pack so much fake news into a week that it's like, for me to catch up on all of it, I have to sit back and watch a shitload of MSM, and just can't do it, man. So I just have a few bullet points I'm going to hit tonight, and then maybe I can get to that next week or the next stream. But thank you, and one ballers. Actually, I'll write it down so I can get to that maybe in the next stream. 14th Amendment. And thank you for the donation. Drew Bones says, over under on months until aliens are announced. Well, they kind of do and don't confirm that they're out there, so they can like say that they possibly found signs of life. You know what I mean? They can kind of like somewhat disclose it, but not really. So for them to like fully 100% be like it's 100%, here's aliens, that's a whole nother story. I'm not going to put a guess on number of months. I just don't know. But you guys can guess. I can't think of a number off the top of my head. But thank you, Drew Bones, for the donation and the question. Maybe some of you guys have a better idea of the number of months until aliens are announced. I wouldn't know, man. It might be, I've been hearing about the possible fake alien invasion for a while now. People are like, oh, they're going to do the fake alien invasion. And they haven't really pulled the trigger on that, of course. And so you hear rumblings of that sort of thing, but like, when are they actually going to pull that trigger? Are they really going to pull that trigger? According to the NWO trading cards, they are going to pull that trigger one day. So we shall see. But I'm not going to put a number of months on it. I have no idea. I don't want to be off by like 10 years. So I'm just not going to guess. All right. Drew Bones says, I say 16 months, April 2026. Hey, why not? Maybe you're right, bro. I have no idea. I'm not really the type that picks dates and predicts shit. I predict shit sometimes. And a lot of times I get it right. But I don't usually put a date on stuff. So there's that. All right. So let's move on with this Billy Gates and Trump meeting up situation.
I felt like he was, energized and, looking forward to helping to drive innovation. I was frankly impressed with how well he showed a lot of interest in the issues I brought up.
So apparently the character Bill and the character Trump got together for a dinner, which I don't believe that those guys got together and did this, but this is the script that they've been given to tell us that they got together and did that. So if you believe in Trump and you believe in the world stage actors, you have to like do mental gymnastics why it's okay for Trump to hang out with that guy. I don't have to do those mental gymnastics because I know that that's just a guy who's playing the part of Bill Gates. It's probably not even the same Bill Gates that it used to be. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. So what we got is this character who is playing the part of president meets up with character who plays the part of diabolical jab genius, we'll call him, for the sake of comedy. And they get together and they talk about smack-cinations. Because that's what you do when you hang out with Bill. You talk about smack, sin, and nations. Smack-cinations. Right? It's a comedy show, and I don't want to get my shit taken down, so I got to use terms like smack, sin, and nation. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So the character Trump and the character Bill get together, talk about some smack-cinations, and they're excited about it, according to Bill. Yeah. This is just before he takes office. All right. So there's the first video. What do you guys think? Huh? What do you guys think? We got any hardcore Trumpers out there in the audience who want to do the mental gymnastics? He's playing 7D chess. He's going to trick that evil Bill Gates into giving away his evil plans. And then Trump's going to stop him from executing his evil plans. Right? Colin P says, hey, Jake, you should start a membership on here. Man, when it comes to stuff like that, I just don't know what I'm selling extra. Then it's like I have to provide something extra for the members. It's like, because why would you be a member unless you get something extra? And then I'm always like, what should I do extra for these extra members, or Patreon? It's like, I don't even do a Patreon. I'm like missing out on money because I just don't know what to do for the Patreon. I'm like, I post my content on YouTube. So what the hell am I going to post over there? So, I got to come up with like a better business plan for like what I'm going to do. Like, as far as like, if I'm going to offer memberships, like why, what's the thing that's going to intrigue you? And I haven't quite figured that out yet. So I don't know. If I want to get really super into it and do like, a members only live stream or something, but then that like I don't know. Then that creates a deal where like, oh, you can only get into this stream if you're one of my paid members. It's like, do I want to create this extra fucking thing that's like that only some people get to go do on my channel that you have to pay to do? I've seen other content creators do that, but like I've always wondered like, I'd rather have everybody all here at once, and then you guys just send me super chats. All right. Should I ask you guys what you thought about the Trump and Bill Gates meeting up, and then started talking about myself? So I should probably see, but you asked me a question about me, so it's your fault. See, I asked you guys what you thought about Bill Gates and Trump meeting up, and people are like, Jake, what substances did you partake in at the BOC show? Honestly, before every BOC show, I like to eat like a couple grams of mushrooms, shiitakes, before every BOC show. So, yeah. And I'd usually drink several beers, and then I usually get a beer when I'm in the show. So I drink a bunch of beers. So I'm shrooming and drunk, and I'm all I'm puffing weed like every day. So there's that too. That's it. Jason G says, where was Ralph during concert? He was in the van. I had to leave him in there. The BOC show was only an hour and a half, and it was nighttime. So he just slept it off. So I just took him out for a walk beforehand. And then after the show was over and I got back in the van, he woke up and I took him out again. So, yeah, BOC show is only an hour and a half long. So, leaving him in the van for a little while at night, it's not too bad. All right. So you have to get wasted to enjoy BOC. I don't have to. I would still enjoy it. I just prefer. I prefer to be really inebriated, if you will. It's the rock and roll experience. Now, those days are coming to an end because they're getting really old. And so when one of them kicks the bucket or they retire, and they stop playing, then that'll be the end of that. All right. So we totally got sidetracked talking about some other shit. Unrelated shit. Stuff talking about me. But whatever. All right. So let me cue up another video. So Trump meets with Bill Gates and they talk about smack and sin in the nation. Smack-cination. All right. So then got Trump's inauguration, right? And funny thing that I heard was that Snoop Dogg performed at like one of Trump's like crypto dinners or something. Snoop Dogg performing at Crypto Ball as part of Donald Trump's inauguration weekend. Okay, so Snoop Dogg performed at an event, I guess, related to Donald Trump. But I guess it wasn't at his inauguration. But let's just check out this video. Because Snoop Dogg was on record back in like 2017, saying that you're a Uncle Tom if you support Trump.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo ass gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the out one of you Uncle Tom ass for doing it. Which one of you gonna do it first? Oz is the one that performs for himself.
So that is Snoop Dogg back in 2017, before Trump's first inauguration. Here's Snoop last night. He performed at the Crypto Ball as part of inauguration weekend for Donald J. Trump. Someone snapped a pic and put it on Twitter as well. Rick Ross also performed.
My mother say, Rose, man, you playing to win tonight, man. You sharp as a mosquito's needle. What's going on? That's that crypto, see? They let a real crip up in the crypto ball. Bang, bang.
A real crip up in the crypto ball. Yeah, he's a real hardcore thug, slang banging, gangsta, right? Come on, Snoopy. You trying to sell that image that you're a gang member? You're a gangsta? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You're more likely to go hang out with Martha Stewart, right? Go play golf with motherfucking I don't know, Martha Stewart. That's all I could come up with. But this guy, come on, dude. This guy was always considered a studio gangsta, but he's still trying to play this part like, yeah, I'm a crip up in the crypto ball. Yeah. It's like, bro, you said that like something about jigaboo, N-word. What was it?
Nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo ass
jigaboo ass N-words
gonna be the first one to do it?
I guess you weren't the first, but you were one of the many who did, Snoopy. Snoopy, everybody. A self-proclaimed jigaboo ass N-word. Give it up. Hey, Snoop called himself a jigaboo ass N-word, right? He said, which one of you jigaboo ass N-words gonna go perform for Trump? And then years later, he went and performed for Trump at a crypto ball, right? Because that's gangsta. Nothing says gangsta like performing your old ass 90s songs at a cryptocurrency ball that's tied back to the president that you supposedly don't like. Yeah. All right. Yes, a gangsta in a tuxedo who gets to perform at the Super Bowl and performs at the crypto ball on inauguration weekend. Yes. Very much a thug from the streets, right? My N-word Brett says the beast system is at warp speed. Bro, we are so screwed. It's like when I see all this stuff happening and sheep will just eat this up, right? I'm like, dude, we are so screwed, man. Like, hate to be a negative Nancy, but we are like so incredibly fucked right now. Have you guys noticed? If you're truly aware of what's going on, you should be in total agreement with me that we are totally fucked. Right? And thank you, N-word Brett. I appreciate the donation. And I appreciate this one coming in from Hershey Berry. Says he is the Antichrist. Snoop Dogg? You think Snoop Dogg's the Antichrist? Interesting. I actually have a a bit that I do where I rap old Snoop Dogg songs, but in Indian voice, right? I don't know if you guys heard it, or a Russian guy's voice. I think it's funny to do old gangster rap songs, but in like a Russian guy's accent or an Indian guy's accent. I think it just sounds funnier, just more pleasing to my ear. You guys tell me what you think. Here's some classic Snoop Dogg, but in an Indian guy's accent. So then I dally, I ran through the alley. I bumped into this smoker named Sally from the valley. This was a bitch playing hard to get. So then I say, what's wrong? Because she looked upset. She said, oh, it's all because of you. I am feeling so sad and blue. You went away, and now my life is filled with rainy days. I love you so, how much you never know, cause you took your dope away from me. And on and on and on she kept on. This bitch been around before my mother was born. I said, you're up, and then I gave her a hit. I said, you cannot have me. I am too young for you, bitch. She said, no, you're not. And then she starts crying. And I said, I am only 19. She says, do you stop lying? I says, I am. Go ask my mother, in which your wrinkled pussy. I cannot be your lover, my friend. TikTok, you don't stop to the TikTok. You do not stop, quit, biatch. All right. There you go. It's one of my bits. It's called Indian Snoop Dogg gangster rapping. And somebody loved it so much that they sent me a super sticker. Eric Ramos loved my Indian Snoop Dogg so much that he hooked up a super sticker just for me. Thank you, Eric Ramos. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Probably. Is Jake a California liberal? How long have you been watching my channel? 15 minutes? Yeah. Here's a guy who has no idea who I am or what I'm about. Yeah. You don't want to pull that card with me. None of that he's for the left shit. If I speak out against Trump, somebody always is like, so you must be for the left. It's like, no. I actually have content on this channel saying that Joe Biden has been replaced. I've talked about Joe Biden being fucking replaced for years. I was one of the first guys to write a song called Fuck Joe Biden. Yeah. You know how people would clap? Fuck Joe Biden? Yeah. The minute people started doing that, I wrote my own song called Fuck Joe Biden. Yeah. It's on my channel. You know what else? I wrote another song talking about how Joe Biden likes to touch children. It's on my channel. So before anyone comes at me with he's some sort of lefty liberal, he lives in California, fuck right off with that. I'm against the left and the right. I'm against the right versus left paradigm that they set up to divide us all. And anytime I call out Trump taint lickers, they usually say, no, he was better than Kamala, implying that I must be some sort of lefty or things would have been worse if the other side won. Nah, I've been calling out both sides for a long fucking time. If you showed up because of my football product, football season's coming to an end. And then it's back to me spouting off about all sorts of crazy conspiratorial shit. That's all true. So, if you just showed up because of the football product and you're asking stupid questions, like, am I a liberal? Well, I think you're going to find out the answers real fast. And they're there on my channel. You just got to go scroll back a ways, see who it is that you're following. All right. So Snoop Dogg performs at the crypto ball part of inauguration weekend. Okay, I got that video out of the way. Whoop. Who else was at the inauguration? That was a crypto ball. Who was at the actual inauguration? I heard it was a star-studded event. I wasn't there. I wasn't invited to Trump's inauguration. I don't know if you guys went, but I wasn't there. But I heard some really cool people were there. I heard there were some awesome, overwhelming performances. For instance, did you guys know that Kid Rock is like Trump's best buddy? His personal helmet polisher, if you will. And Kid Rock performed a special set at the what is it called? Let me show it. At the victory rally on the eve of inauguration day. Okay. Kid Rock performed. Let's just get a little piece of Kid Rock's performance, right? You guys want to hear just a little piece of that inauguration Kid Rock performance. If you love Trump, that means you have to also love Kid Rock. And if you love America, you also have to love Kid Rock. And if you love Kid Rock, you have to love America. It's like it goes hand in hand, right? So you're not a good American if you don't like Kid Rock. And if you don't like Kid Rock, well, maybe you should just get the hell out of America, right? If you don't like it, maybe you should go move to Canada. Or actually, wait, it's going to become the USA. Move to Mexico. Oh, wait, that's going to become the USA as well, isn't it? Just get the hell out of here and move to some other country if you don't like this. USA, USA, come on, USA, 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 everybody, USA. Well, come on, let's go. You ready to celebrate here tonight? Come on. Come on. It was 1989, Alabama. Oh, wait. What's this? I thought he was doing Sweet Home Alabama. What is this? I could have sworn he was playing Sweet Home Alabama. The fuck is he singing? Have you guys ever heard this before? Man, she was 17 and she was 5 from in between. Did this motherfucker just ruin Sweet Home Alabama? I'm lying. I've heard it before. I know that he ruined Sweet Home Alabama a long time ago. Just thought I'd do a little comedy bit there. All right. All right. Rose Bell says, sing the gospel. That's pretty much gospel to me. It's the Church of USA by Pastor Kid Rock, everyone. Catzone thinks it's funny. Jason G liked it. Robin thought it was beautiful. Jason Odell laughing his freaking arse off. Jonna, she laughing and dancing. She's dancing while she laughs. All right. Wow. Isn't that awesome when Trump wins, you know, and evil is defeated? You get a Kid Rock concert on top of it. It's like win-win, right? That's right. Trump won. The deep state is being brought to their knees. Bring on Kid Rock, everybody. It was summertime in northern Michigan. Come on! All right. Well, yeah. Kid Rock. All right. So you heard him perform. Now let's hear him talk, right? We all know he's an excellent musician that has just a catalog of absolute bangers. Let's hear what the man has to say about Trump and about America. The man, the myth, the legend. Bob Rock. I like to call him Bob. All right. Let's listen to what Bob has to say, you guys. I totally got to bring up the clip if I want to do that. Here we go.
Now unified behind the country and Donald Trump.
Now they feel it's safe
They
to go in the
feel it's
water.
safe, yeah.
And he joins us live. Bob Ritchie, also known as Kid Rock, is here on the set. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Bob,
Good morning, kids.
you pumped up?
I am. I'm excited.
Tell everyone, set the scene here. What does it feel like in Washington?
And it feels like the rebirth of our nation.
Yes.
Felt like that at the UFC fight after the election, and everybody was together, walking to the ring there. There's just this overwhelming.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden. There's just.
Jesus. Nothing says Jesus and Christianity like Bob Rock, right? Smoking funny things, trying funny things, snorting lots of different funny things, smoking lots of crack and things, and Jesus, right? That's all you got to do if you want to be famous. Just smoke a bunch of crack, take a shit on classic rock and roll songs that are better than your songs, remix them, desecrate them, and then put on a Jesus trucker hat when it's all said and done. Talk about how you love your country and that USA is making a comeback. There you have it.
This overwhelming sense of, if you've heard it a million times, that America's back.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about more celebrities, more people in the...
America's back. You guys hear that? America's back. It was gone for like 4 years. Guess what, motherfuckers? We back, y'all. America's back. What? Ball with the ball, the bang, biggie. What? I said, ball with the ball, the bang, biggie. What does that mean? It means his name is Kid Rock. Ball with the ball, the bang, biggie, do the boogie, say up, jump the boogie. A ball with the ball, the bang, biggie, dig a boogie, say up, jump the boogie. Now this is for the questions that don't have any answers. The midnight dancers in the top of dancers. The band, the geek, the call back, the beat down, the deep with the body in the deep, the beat bird, the northern light, and the southern comfort, and it don't even matter that the bay, the butter, and all the cracks heads, and critics, the cynics, and all my heroes, and the at the dog clinging. I had to mumble my way through the words, but I was a kid a long time ago. And I actually, when I was a kid a long time ago, used to like Kid Rock. So I kind of know the words to Ba with the Ba. Fuck. All right. That's a comedy bit that I call Ba with the Ba.
music industry now unifying behind the country and Donald Trump.
Now they feel it's safe
They
to go in the
feel it's
water.
safe, yeah.
After dipping their toe in it for 4 to 8 years. Welcome to the party, like I've said. Better to have them on board than not.
Yeah.
And you can just tell there's a whole, there's a whole change.
Everybody can cringe about Kid Rock now, but come on. Back when like Limp Bizkit and Kid Rock ruled the world in like 1998, it was kind of hard if you were like, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you were in that right age range, and you were white, you pretty much had to like Kid Rock and Limp Bizkit and Eminem. It was like a requirement at the time. So, yeah, I grew up. Thank God. All right. So Kid Rock, you guys, he performs at the Trump's victory rally. It's one of Trump's right-hand men, one of his biggest supporters. Yeah, that's right. And of course, one of my greatest, most superb supporters in all of the world, Bob Rock, ladies and gentlemen, performed personally at my victory rally. It was quite incredible. Did you hear that song that sounded an awful like Sweet Home Alabama? It's better. I like Kid Rock's version of Sweet Home Alabama even better than the original. That's what I always tell him. I said, Bob, if you're going to play my victory rally, you're really going to have to play that song that sounds like Sweet Home Alabama, except, you know, it's not Sweet Home Alabama. Do that one that you do. And he told me he was going to play it. All right. Moving on. Who else was there? It was a star-studded affair, you guys. The Trump inauguration. There were so many famous people there. Some who you might not even expect. For instance, country music superstar, legendary Carrie mother freaking titty seeking Underwood.
The beautiful, please welcome the Armed Forces Chorus and Carrie Underwood.
Boring. Yeah, that's you. That means you start singing now. Open mouth. Notes. Now. Sing. Start. Go. Go. Looks like they're having some technical difficulties. Right? They can't press play on the CD. They're having issues. Yes. The CD has a scratch on it. Fire the guy who's supposed to press play on the CD. Is that what kids are still listening to? CDs. Back when I was a young boy, I, of course, used to listen to records. I was a big fan of Elvis. Elvis was a big fan of mine. Crazy how that worked out. Some people say I am Elvis, but that is a bit of a freaking stretch. By any stretch of the imagination. All right. So awkward moments here. You can cut the silence with a knife. Whatever the hell that means. Detector Hunts says, hey, Jake, any leads on where the parade is this year for fake football winner? I haven't looked into where the parade's going to be. So if any of you guys can get the inside scoop on which city is planning the big parade, because they start planning the Super Bowl parade before the team wins the Super Bowl. So if you can figure out which city is planning that parade and get somebody on the inside to tell you about how for sure they're putting in a ton of time planning for this Super Bowl parade, then you'll know ahead of time which team wins. I figured that out last year when they had a lady say that they've been planning the Super Bowl parade for like 5 months or something. And I was like, wait a minute. You've been planning the Super Bowl for how long? Or the parade for how long? So that's what he's referring to about where the parade's going to be. Figure out which town committee is planning that parade. And if you guys remember, if you have a good enough memory, there was a bang, bang, pow, pow situation at the Kansas City Super Bowl parade. Remember? Season's over. Kansas City wins. Bang, bang, pow, pow. Everybody run. Be scared. Give up your firearms. But that's for another day. In fact, I already made a video about that. All right, when are we going to get to this Carrie Underwood singing America the Beautiful? Oh, and thank you, Detector Hunts, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Okay, is she going to sing or not?
You know the words, help me out here.
Now she needs help with the words? I thought you were a professional singer. They hired you to sing, right? Start singing.
Spacious skies for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain.
Pretty average. You know, for Carrie Underwood, I was expecting, more of like a B+ effort. I think we're getting kind of a like a C+ effort at best. I don't know.
America, God.
A little pitchy there. Little pitchy there, Carrie. You know, I am a bit of a singer myself, and I'm hearing some pitch issues.
God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Well, I never saw Carrie Underwood in concert before. I'm more of a Blue Oyster Cult kind of guy. But after seeing that, I'm never going to see Carrie Underwood in concert. I think I pretty much just decided I don't like Carrie Underwood. So she can fuck off. All right. So who else was there? Like I said, it was a star-studded event, you guys. Oh, got the former presidents there. All those former presidents were there at the event. Gotta take a look at them. You know, all those evil democrat presidents hanging out with Trump. You're going to tell me that Trump's going to hang out with those evil democrat presidents from the past? He's going to hang out and schmooze with them? Oh, yeah, of course. He doesn't have any problem with that. There we go. Former presidents. This is a good one. Not only were the celebrities there, Bob Rock, Carrie Underwood, yada, yada, Snoop Dogg. Who else was there? Oh, all those old presidents.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Every
the
living
42nd President of the United States, the Honorable William J. Clinton, accompanied by the Honorable Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Quick, there she is. Get her. Put that woman in jail. Now's your chance. You're president. There she is. Get her. Throw a net over that bitch and put her in Guantanamo Bay. Isn't that what he said he was going to do, you guys? Isn't that what he said he was going to do? Jake, are you saying things would have been better with Kamala? Oh, yeah, man. If Kamala would have won, it would have been this, but worse. If Kamala would have won, Hillary would have came out drinking baby's blood. But Trump won. So she decided to leave the baby's blood at home. We're getting places, baby steps, right? It's kind of like a victory. I already heard you guys be like, honorable? Yes, honorable, you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 42nd President of the United States, the Honorable William J. Clinton, accompanied by the Honorable Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Is that Dana motherfucking White? What's Dana's bald dumbass doing there? Oh yeah, the president of the company where guys beat each other's faces in. He's got to be there like front row. You can't have a inauguration ceremony without the president of the UFC in attendance, right? Hey, bro, don't you have like a fight to book or something? Don't you need to like script some match where one guy willingly lets another guy beat his head in so that you can beat the sports gamblers, right? What are you doing here at this thing? Don't you have a company to run? I guess not. Yeah, Dana White. All right. You know, when you look at it like this, does it look like it's two sides who fucking hate each other? Or does it look like two sides who are happy to be doing this little charade? Happy to be duping us and dividing us with this right-left paradigm. Meanwhile, the paradigm doesn't really exist when they hang out with each other, right? You notice that this right-left divide, this side versus that side, well, it doesn't really exist when they show things like this, you know? Okay, Trump won, so let's have all the old Democrat presidents who he supposedly hates and is against, right? Let's have them all hang out together and schmooze. And everyone's like, yeah, we're cool with that. We got no problem with these guys all schmoozing together. This is like something that wrestlers know not to do. Like if you're a heel wrestler, you're not supposed to hang out with the good guy wrestler backstage. You're supposed to like preserve the integrity of the gimmick and like pretend that you're a bad guy outside the ring. Pretend that you don't like the good guy even when you're not in the wrestling ring, right? So when they do this, they're doing what I consider to be breaking kayfabe. They're ruining the illusion. The illusion has been ruined, but it's been ruined for me for a long time. I know these guys are all on the same sides. It's just when you see it like this, it becomes so obvious. Got a donation coming in from one of my longtime supporters, Shady Davy D. LaFleur. He says, 480 plus in chat. Hit the like button, thumbs up. You know what? That would help. How about right now? I've been at it for an hour now, and I got a lot more show prepared for you guys. Several more video clips to go over. So how about right now we reach a milestone with the thumbs up. I like to do this. I like to stop the stream, hold the stream hostage for a second, and try and reach a milestone. So I see 230 thumbs up. I want to see 300 thumbs up. We can make it happen real quick. 300 thumbs up. Let's reach this milestone, and then we will continue. I know some of you have, you've just been sitting here being entertained by me being awesome, and you forgot to hit the thumbs up. So show your appreciation for the most awesome, funniest dude who ever lived and who will ever live, and hit the thumbs up. Some of you are like, whoa, did you just say you're the most funny and awesome person who ever lived? Yes, I am. So do it. All right. What? Somebody saying thumbs down my stream. Don't say thumbs down my stream. I'll have to get rid of that guy. Big Chicken, you're putting time out for 24 hours for telling people to thumbs down my stream. It's not nice. All right, I see 275 thumbs up. Come on, guys. Chop, chop. Hit the thumbs up button. The algorithm supports more videos that get more thumbs up. They like recommend those videos more often. So it actually does help. So I really do appreciate it when people hit the thumbs up button. And sometimes I got to like hold the stream hostage in order to get those thumbs up. But I got to do what I got to do, right? So I see 286 thumbs up, 292. We're almost there. And then I'll shut up about the thumbs up and we'll move on. Thanks again, Shady Davy D, for the idea to hit the thumbs up. Do it. Oh, we hit 300. On my end, it says 300. We made it. Sweet. All right, we'll move on. All right, former presidency, guys. All those evil Democrat presidents hanging out there. But wait a minute. What about George Bush? Is he evil too? He's not a Democrat. Is he evil? Does George Bush count as one of the evil ones? Is he a bad guy too? Of course he is too. But we're supposed to pretend like Trump's the one good guy president. You guys Trump believers believe that he's the one good guy president and he's hanging out with a bunch of bad guy presidents pretending to be friends with them. It's part of his plan. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 43rd President of the United States, the Honorable George W. Bush, accompanied by Mrs. Laura Bush. Fourth President of the United States, the Honorable Barack H. Obama. Fourth President of the United States, the Honorable...
The Honorable? The Honorable.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 44th President of the United States, the Honorable Barack H. Obama.
Was that a scripted flub? Or was that a natural flub? Hey, where is Big Mike? Where's Michael? Where's Mikey? Where's Micah like a ding dong? That's my favorite name. Micah like a ding dong. Yeah, where's he at? Huh? Is it a little trouble in paradise with Bummer and Mikey? Boys and Tools says glad to be here and support you. Thank you very much, Boys and Tools. That's quite a funny name. Boys and Tools, because that's what he's into. Just kidding. I appreciate that, and I appreciate everyone being here hanging with me. You know, I haven't done a stream all week. I've been making videos about rig football all week long, doing like one video a day, and so to finally be live talking about something else other than fake football feels good. And I got plenty of video clips still left, so I feel like this is going to be a good stream tonight. We've only been on for an hour, and I feel like I got at least a couple more hours of solid entertainment for y'all. And it's going to be all true, so you might learn some shit along the way. So thank you very much, Boys and Tools. All right. So yeah, guys, no Mike. So we have to maybe assume that Obama and Mike maybe at odds right now. Who knows? Maybe that's part of the script to make us think something's wrong. Fucking Dana White. That's quite the spot for Dana, right? Yeah, you know, the president and CEO of Ultimate Fighting Championship. He gets to be front row, right? Where's Hulk Hogan? Shouldn't Hulkster be there? I feel like Hulkster should be front row. So there's people who fight amongst their family members and amongst their neighbors because they're like, oh, that son of a bitch over there, he's got a Kamala sign on his lawn, and I got me a Trump sign on my lawn. Trump's gonna get rid of all them illegals. He's gonna fix the economy. It's like there's people who fight over that shit, and then I'm sitting here like, look, you guys, it's all a big charade. They're part of one big elite club, and we're down here divided at the bottom of their pyramid that they set up, right? We're down here at the bottom fighting amongst each other, struggling to survive, getting priced out of our homes, right? Meanwhile, these guys are getting more rich and they're schmoozing it up together here. They don't look like they're enemies, but they got the American citizens fighting amongst each other, thinking that the other side is their enemy. But these guys ain't enemies. All right, so we got Trump hanging out with all the old presidents, right? He doesn't say, you know what? This is a new day, a new era. I don't want any of these scumbag former presidents hanging around my victory rally. I want my victory rally to be pure and clean. If Hillary Rotten Crotch shows up to my inauguration, my victory rally, I want her arrested on sight. I'm going to put that damn woman in Guantanamo Bay. Isn't that the Trump that we all wanted and thought we were getting? When I say we all, I'm talking about the Trumpers, right? Isn't that the one that you wanted? Yeah. There she was, hanging out with him. Yeah. Never made good on that promise. That's just one of the things. One of the things. All right. Hillary Rotten Crotch. Yep. Back when I was a kid, I remember somebody said Rebecca Rotten Crotch, and that stuck with me. And then it made its way out of my mouth just a minute ago for the first time in a long time. All right. He's going to put that woman in jail right after he hangs out and schmoozes with him and eats a wonderful catered meal. He's going to put that woman in jail right after he finishes schmoozing it up and rubbing elbows with that woman. Yeah. Said that they were good people. But of course, if you hold a Trump taint licker's feet to the flames, they automatically just assume that you must be a lefty. Or they say things would be worse if Kamala would have won. They make some sort of statement how Trump is the lesser of the two evils. That's like the default position of every Trump taint licker. Assume you're a lefty. Talk about how things would have been worse if Kamala won. Default to Trump being the better choice. Anthony Clay says Trump #1 president. Presidentent. Trump #1 president ever. I don't know if you meant to say president or not, but you did. Thank you, Anthony Clay. All of my wonderful fans, supporters, beloved supporters of Trump-a-mania, my good friend Hulk, he came up with that term. He stole it from Jake the Asshole, an online comedian who shall never be named. And he told me, brother, you're the greatest president that there ever was. And it's true. I said, Hulk, you're right. I am the greatest president that there ever was. And this is the greatest country that there ever was and ever will be. And I'm here to get things back on track. I've met with William Gates. You guys know him as Bill. And I said to him, we got to do some things with these VA XXs. You know what I'm talking about. You should get it. I endorsed it. I promoted it. You love it. We had a very exciting conversation together. I've almost got him on board with Trumptricity. I said, Bill, Trumptricity, it's going to revolutionize the world. It's leaner, greener, meaner, far superior than electricity. But of course, all he wanted to talk about was the VA XX. And I believe we came to an agreement. And we're both very excited about that. I will release all the details during the next planned demic. But you didn't hear that from me. All right. Wow, that one went some places, didn't it? That one's kind of dark and true and comedic at the same time. All right. Dud Pistachio says, Jake, has Ralphie got a TikTok or Instagram? No, he's got a YouTube channel. Ralphie's got his own YouTube channel. It's called Ralphie the Cute Beagle. But he doesn't have a TikTok or an Instagram. And TikTok, I hear, was banned. I was thinking of showing some of the TikTokers who freaked out when their phone was showing a message saying that the app is banned. Getting some of the TikToker freakouts and reacting to them. I've been meaning to get around to doing that. So maybe the next stream we'll make fun of the TikTokers because their app is banned and they're freaking out. All right. I got some more video clips to get through. Let's see. Oh, Elon's salute. Gotta talk about that. Elon's gesture, we'll call it. Did you guys hear Elon made a specific gesture? Some people don't think anything of it. Some people are freaking out. You guys can be the judge. All right. So now we'll move on to Elon's gesture.
Tonight, Elon Musk making light of a gesture some found offensive at an inauguration celebration Monday.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Some critics saying this hand motion looked like a Nazi salute. This morning, Elon Musk on X with a message containing a series of Nazi-related puns, including saying, quote, "Bet you did Nazi that coming." The Anti-Defamation League, which initially defended Musk's gesture as just an awkward onstage moment, chastising him in a statement today, saying, quote, "The Holocaust is not a joke." Musk has not responded to our request for comment about the incident.
All right. I mean, I'm going to turn off the sound, slow-mo it. You tell me, scripted or not scripted, and just something that he just naturally did inconveniently. Yeah, I say scripted. They're testing the public, seeing what sort of things they can get away with, right? They have this guy schmoozing it with Trump. They have him make this sort of salute. Trumpers got to do mental gymnastics, why it's okay for Trump to hang out with this guy. Meanwhile, the lefties are like, oh my God, he just totally did a Nazi salute. He's a Nazi, you guys. Did you hear Elon Musk did a Nazi salute? That must mean he's a Nazi. Right? Misanthropic says, do you call him a beagly or a bagel? I call beagles that all the time. I call him sometimes, I say, you're a boogle. So I call him a boogle, and I call him a beagie. I would say, he's a baby beagie. He's my little baby beagie. You know, because he was like a little puppy. So I would talk to him, you know, like a baby. I would call him my little baby beagie. So yes, I call him other stuff besides what he is. I don't know why, but I get a kick out of calling him a boogle. I don't know why. Anyone else do that? You call your dog other stuff than what the dog is? I don't know.
Nazi salute. This morning, Elon Musk on X with a message containing a series of Nazi-related puns.
So Elon Musk, who they say, you know, is the owner of X and whatnot, but I don't buy for a second that this character runs that website at all. I think this is like, they have writers coming up with this crap. No way that Elon Musk comes up with this himself. Don't say Hess to Nazi accusations. Some people will gobble anything down. Stop goring your enemies. His pronouns would have been he, Himmler. Bet you did Nazi that coming. Very funny. Very clever. I can see why this guy is so rich and so famous. So many people love him. Trump, you know, this is one of Trump's right-hand man now. It's like Trump's new BFF. They're butt freaking Fig Newtons, apparently.
Including saying, quote, "Bet you did Nazi that coming." The Anti-Defamation League, which initially defended Musk's gesture as just an awkward onstage moment, chastising him in a statement today.
It was just an awkward onstage moment, you guys. Nothing to be alarmed about. You guys know how it is. You're giving a speech, then you accidentally hail the man with the mustache, or so people think. And you have to be like, whoa, I was just kidding. I didn't mean to.
saying, quote, "The Holocaust is not a joke." Musk has not responded to our request for comment about the incident. It's the latest in a string of controversies ignited by the world's richest man, the close ally of President Trump. Musk undercutting Trump's announcement just days ago of a new $500 billion artificial intelligence initiative called Stargate.
We're going to get to Stargate next.
It's a collaboration of several existing AI brands.
We want it to be in this country, and we're making it available.
Musk posting on X, quote, "They don't actually have the money." Sam Altman, the head of OpenAI and one of Stargate's biggest backers, firing back, writing, quote, "Wrong, as you surely know."
Mr. President, does it bother you that Elon Musk criticized a deal that you made publicly, that he said that he tweeted that?
No, it doesn't. He hates one of the people in the deal.
Trump, did you know that Elon Musk criticized your deal? No, he was one of the people in the deal. All right. If you're going to say something, you should know he didn't criticize my deal. He was in the deal. All right. If you'd done your research, you would know that. All right. Why don't you go back to wherever you came from and do a better job doing research and come back when you fucking know something, you dumb bitch. All right. This is a new Trump. I say fuck. I say bitch. All right. I don't know. Just trying some new stuff. Trying some new stuff. All right.
Musk earning a seat at Trump's inner circle after spending an eye-popping sum on his campaign, a reported $250 million. That included a daily $1 million giveaway to registered voters who signed a petition in battleground Pennsylvania.
If you already believe in the Constitution, you're just signing something you already believe, and you can win $1 million. That's awesome.
But sources within the Trump transition told NBC News his newfound influence has caused conflict in Trump world. His support of H-1B visas for foreign workers enraged the MAGA faithful. And his near constant presence at Mar-a-Lago annoyed some Trump officials.
Remember when we went over this a couple months ago? We thought that this one looked like a doppelganger Trump, like a fake Trump, stand-in Trump.
With one saying, quote, "He's behaving as if he's a co-president."
And no, he's not taking the presidency.
The two billionaires themselves have had a love-hate relationship with Elon Musk initially.
Remember we were looking at this one saying it looks like a dude in a mask and that like he doesn't look right. His the proportions are off. Remember the whole time he just stood there like this?
Opposing his bid for president in 2016.
I feel a bit stronger that probably he's not the right guy. He doesn't seem to have the sort of character that reflects well on the United States.
And although their relations warmed after Trump's first election, they still had their differences.
You know, he said the other day, "Oh, I've never voted for a Republican." I said, "I didn't know that." He told me he voted for me. So he's another artist.
But Musk endorsed Trump after the assassination attempt against him in Pennsylvania last summer and has been a staunch supporter ever since.
All right, Yamiche joins us tonight from Washington. Yamiche.
All right, here's how it goes, y'all. They want to tie these two characters together. They want people to they want more people to like Elon Musk. They want more people to accept Elon Musk and his ideas, or what they perceive to be his ideas and his technology. And so they team him up with the most popular guy in the world. And so there's people who love Trump and Trump can do no wrong, who maybe weren't so much in love with Elon Musk. Maybe they didn't even like Elon Musk, but now they're coming around. Now they not only tolerate him, now they might even like him. Now they might even be more willing to listen to him, right? So what they want is that this guy in front of these companies, you know, like X and Tesla, whatnot, in front of all these new technological advances, they want this figurehead to be the household name, and they want people to respect him and be accepting of what they think are his inventions and ideas. And so when they team him up with Trump, they're basically just forcing people to accept Elon Musk, forcing people to like Elon Musk, if you will. Like, well, all these dumb sons of bitches like Trump, So let's have Trump and Elon become best friends. You think people are going to buy it? Of course they will. They'll buy anything. Hey, bro, I'd appreciate it if you didn't promote shills. Hibbler is a fucking shill who promotes other fucking shills. I'm going to delete your comment. If I see you promoting shills in my chat, I'll ban you. Okay? If you disagree and you don't think he's a shill, go ahead and say so, and I'll ban you now. Yes, he does create well-edited documentaries, which feature a bunch of fucking shills. Yeah, Hibbler Productions is a guy who puts people like ODD and David Weiss into these well-edited documentaries. So he did the Flat Earth documentary called Level, which basically is nothing but shills promoting the debunked version of the Flat Earth. Yeah, basically great production, but a shillbag bitch. Totally. All right, let's move on.
And has been a staunch supporter ever since.
All right, Yamiche joins us tonight from Washington. Yamiche, great to have you on Top Story tonight. This is not the first time Elon Musk has been accused of anti-Semitism, right?
That's right. Some have criticized Elon Musk.
We don't care what this lady has to say, do we? No, we do not. All right, so we'll get rid of her. All right. So let's look more into this Stargate AI initiative that they're talking about. And of course, there's lots of rumors swirling about this Stargate AI investment that they're supposedly investing $500 billion into. So there's people referencing movies and TV shows that have to do with Stargate. I remember there was a movie called Stargate, but I can't remember anything about it. So I remember seeing the movie Stargate a long time ago, but it was probably like 20 years ago or whatever. So I can't remember a single thing that happened in the movie. You ever see a movie like so long ago and it's like you remember seeing the movie, but you can't remember a single scene. So that's Stargate for me. So I can't recall any sort of connections, but I bet if I went back and watched Stargate or any of these shows that talk about having a Stargate, that I could probably find some sort of connection to Trump's infrastructure involving AI and what they're calling Stargate. So anyway, here's the report, the mainstream report, and we'll talk more about it.
It's my honor to welcome three of the world's leading technology CEOs. And in the case of Larry Ellison, it's well beyond technology. He's sort of CEO of everything. He's an amazing man, an amazing business person. But to announce the largest AI infrastructure project by far in history, and it's all taking place right here in America. As you know, there's great competition for AI and other things, and they're coming in at the highest level. We're joined by Oracle Executive Chairman Larry Ellison, SoftBank CEO, my friend Masa Yoshi-san, and CEO of OpenAI, and I would say the by far the leading expert based on everything I read, Sam Altman. So that's great that you're coming in together. That's a massive group of talent and money. Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States and move.
Billions and billions and billions and billions are going to be invested into Stargate. You're going to want to write that down. You're going to want to jot it in your little notebook. You're going to want to remember that name. Going to be hearing a lot about it. I don't mess around. When I tell you to jot something down in your little notebook, you better not mess around. You better get to jotting it down right about now.
And very, very quickly, moving very rapidly, creating over 100.
Very quickly, very rapidly, jot down in your notebook right now, Stargate. You're going to be hearing a lot about it.
100,000 American jobs almost immediately. This monumental undertaking is a resounding declaration of confidence in America's potential under a new president. Let me be.
It's a lot of fake money, isn't it? Yeah. That's a lot. Oh, here it is. Kevalev says that's a lot of F money. Yeah, a lot of fake money. Got to remember, it's all just numbers on a screen at this point, right? People are like, oh, that's our tax money. It's like, they just create it out of thin air. And they can just make up whatever numbers they want and tell us whatever number they want. We're stuck having to believe it. We're 500 million trillion bazillion dollars in debt. Boogity, boogity, boogity. It's like, yeah, but tomorrow's still going to happen. The next day's still going to happen. So, you know, no matter how big the deficit gets, we still just keep doing what we're doing. It's not like we stop and go, okay, that's it. No more spending for anyone. We're out of money. That's it. We're cut off. All right.
A new president. I didn't say it, they did. So I appreciate that, fellas. But it'll ensure the future of technology. What we want to do is we want to keep it in this country. China is a competitor and others are competitors. We want it to be in this country, and we're making it available.
One more time on that. What did you say?
Of technology. What we want to do is we want to keep it in this country. China is a competitor and others are competitors. We want it to be in this country, and we're making it available. I'm going to help a lot through emergency declarations because we have an emergency. We have to get this stuff built.
You're going to help a lot through emergency declarations. So you're telling us beforehand you're going to declare emergencies, and it's going to help a lot.
So they have to produce a lot of electricity.
Got to produce a lot of electricity. Guys, I think I know where he's going. So what we're planning to do is implement Trumptricity. I've been talking a lot about it for years now, and this is finally the time. We're going to save billions and billions and billions, and we're going to use the savings, all those billions that we saved, to pay for this Stargate investment, right? Trumptricity. It's got to be it. I hope I'm right.
And we'll make it possible for them to get that production done very easily at their own plants if they want, where they'll build at the plant, the AI plant, they'll build energy generation, and that will be incredible. But it's technology and artificial intelligence, all made in the USA. Beginning immediately, Stargate will be building the physical and virtual infrastructure to power the next generation of advancements in AI, and this will include the construction of colossal data centers, very, very massive structures.
Colossal data centers.
I was in the real estate.
Massive structures. Listen to the way he says this again. There's a lot to unpack here.
Be incredible. But it's technology and artificial intelligence, all made in the USA. Beginning immediately, Stargate will be building the physical and virtual infrastructure to
Stargate will be building the physical infrastructure.
Power the next generation of advancements in AI, and this
to power the next generation of advancements in AI.
This will include the construction of colossal data centers, very, very massive structures.
And it will include building colossal data centers, massive structures. All right.
I was in the real estate business. These buildings, these are big, beautiful buildings. They're going to employ a lot of people.
He was in the real estate business. These are big, beautiful buildings. Those two things don't really go together, right? I was in the real estate business. These are beautiful buildings. They haven't been built yet, bro. They're beautiful, but they haven't been built yet.
And physical campuses and locations currently being scouted nationwide. They're making their choices of locations. I think they have the
physical campuses.
Their choice. I'd like to ask Larry, Sam, and Masa to say a few words and just talk about a little bit about what they're doing. And if you have any questions, and then we'll go into a couple of other subjects also. But this is, to me, a very big thing. $500 billion Stargate project. I think it's going to be something that's very special. It'll lead to something that could be the biggest of all.
It's confusing when you hear it like that. Like, what do you guys take away from that? What the hell is that deal? What is it exactly? AI? Yeah, but what kind of AI? Right? So they're letting us play around with these little shitty versions of AI. You know, like we played around with one on my channel like last year where we came up with different things for a image creator, an AI image creator. We would all come up with crazy ideas and plug it into this image creator and see what it would spit out. And so they've been giving us all these little dumbed down civilian versions of AI. But what they're talking about here, probably it sounds almost like security AI, you know, like AI to govern us, have control over us. It's kind of what it sounds like. But they're using terminology to disguise that that's what it is. So he's not saying like this is going to be the Skynet supercomputer from the Terminator movies. You know what I mean? He's not going to say that. He's not going to be like, oh, this is going to be the artificial intelligence which rules over you and controls your mind and reads your mind and knows what you're thinking. No, he's not going to say that. Instead, he's going to say all this other shit that most people like can't understand or figure out like what this deal even means. So underneath what he's saying here is something evil that they're doing that involves AI. So we know ultimately AI is evil. They're making it out like it can do all this wonderful, useful stuff. And in some ways it can, kinda. But we can all see the evil side of AI. And we know letting computers and AI rule over us and control our lives, replace us, probably a bad idea. But it's like they're fast tracking that way of life right before us as we speak. So it's like he's ushering in the New World Order evil plan right in front of everyone's face. But he's disguising it like this is going to be some awesome business deal that's going to make America great again. You can only get away with this with somebody like Trump in there because you have all the right-wingers appeased thinking that America's being fixed. Kid Rock told them so. All right. Truth Speaker says, this is a fun night. Y'all are great. Love you, Jake. Hey, thank you very much for that super chat donation and positive, uplifting message. It's nice to get a compliment like that and just people showing me love for what I'm doing. You know, there's not many channels out there that tell the truth and very few that try to inject comedy and truth together like I do. So this is truly a one-of-a-kind channel, and I appreciate all the support I get from my audience. I truly believe I have the best audience on YouTube when you remove all the shitbags and shills. I have an awesome audience. Thank you very much, Truth Speaker.
So, Larry, maybe we'll start with you and we'll go down the line. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. We certainly couldn't do this without you. It would simply be impossible. AI holds in.
This is a good point, you guys. RWE Awake John Alvino says, all this was planned very, very long time ago. Yeah, you got to figure they plan their scripted news in advance, like 20 years, maybe more, maybe 30, maybe 50 years. So when you look at a big, gigantic operation like 911, for instance, how long do you think they, plan that in advance? They didn't just throw that together, right? So a ton of planning goes into an operation like that. So you got to figure they can get out in front of this stuff, write this stuff 20 to 50 years in advance. So when people make comments like, oh, we'd have been worse off with Kamala, it's like they script this shit in advance. They're going to pull these plans off no matter which puppet appears to be in charge as president. So when people are like, oh, well, Trump's the lesser of the two evils. Like, dude, they scripted Trump being president like 20, 30 years ago, at least. So what the fuck we talking about? He's the lesser of two evils, or we would have been worse off with the other candidate when they script this dude to be there in the first place so that they could pull this shit off. They scripted him to be such a beloved, polarizing figure, and they scripted him to be basically viewed by right-wingers as the Messiah, as a Christ-like figure, if you will. It didn't just come together like this naturally. All right, so we got lots of different theories swirling about this Stargate AI infrastructure. So, I look at it like it's possibly like AI that's used to govern over us and stuff being installed. Computer systems, for instance, this is the evil shit. So when I think about Trump meeting with Billy Gates and them talking about AI infrastructure and stuff, we could be talking about like a new wave of health certifications, and you have to be certified as getting your VAXXs, and they have to have this computer program set up to log a database of who's had what smaccinations, if you will. And so possibly they could be talking about infrastructure for some evil plan where you have to go through a computer system and prove you are you and that you've had all your shots in order to, get inside the grocery store, right? So in order to get to that point where they have you go through this automated computer system, to prove that you're you and that you have had all of your updated shots. In order to get to that point, they have to have quite an infrastructure set up in place. So perhaps this could be a part of that deal. Now, I've heard other things like that they're going to open up like an actual Stargate time traveling portal. So I've heard all sorts of crazy stuff when it comes to this. And, truth is a stranger than fiction. So when something sounds crazy, I don't just automatically dismiss it. So I've heard theories that they're going to use this Stargate to open up a portal to the other side, or to time traveling, and all sorts of crazy theories. But, I don't really know what they're doing with some of their machines like CERN. We've always just came up with our own theories, what they're doing with CERN, right? No, they're accelerating particles. Yeah, but what are they really doing? So when it comes to Stargate and wondering, what are they really doing? Part of the script might be us being left to wonder on purpose, right? Like part of the script might be, oh, we'll send them off in all these different directions with portals to hell and time traveling portals and all this other stuff. When really, we're going to be setting up this computer program to where people have to always show their ID and smaccination certification. But we'll trick them into thinking that it's this other thing. So I'm always trying to look at it from all these different angles. Like, is it complete bullshit? What are they really working on? What's this AI really going to be doing? Is it really AI, or is it just them disguising themselves as AI. Like they're coming up with all this evil shit and ideas, but then they're claiming that the AI came up with it, right? Trying to stay out in front of these evil bastards. It's a full-time job, and it's disheartening and it's depressing. Because no matter how far, no matter you try and get in front of their plan, tell people about it, it doesn't stop them. They still do what they're going to do. Jason G says, I dread all that AI crap. Yeah, when you see stuff like this, it's like, this is going to get worse, isn't it? This is going to perpetually get worse, and it's probably going to get worse real fast. I am very much dreading the next planned demic. And these evil bastards are going to do it again. And I did not enjoy that last one. It made my life extra shitty. I don't know about you guys, but the last planned demic, that's what I call it, a planned demic. That last one really sucked as far as the way all the mask tards went around treating people and the way I was treated in public when I just wanted to walk into a store and buy an item. I was basically verbally abused and sometimes almost physically assaulted by just random strangers wearing masks, acting like psychos. Yeah, I don't want to go through that again. And when you tack other regulations and restrictions on top of what happened last time, okay, what happened last time was bad, but they could make it worse this next time. We have to show proof of our smaccinations everywhere we go. The shit hits the fan real quick when they want you to show proof of a smaccination in order to continue traveling down the street. Oh, you want to get into this part of the country, into this state? You want to continue traveling down this road? You're going to need to show your proof of smaccination. That's when the shit hits the fan real quick. So I'm hoping, I can make it through the remainder of my life before I'm required to show smaccination proof everywhere I go. But fuck, it's I'm going to be 42 this year. So that means if I live another 40 years, let's say I make it to my 80s. Can I make it 40 years without having to be required to get jabbed? Or is it going to be impossible? Are you going to be able to make it through the remainder of your life without being required to be jabbed? And if you are required, they're going to shut off your money and not allow you to do anything unless you get jabbed, then what? Do you just go get jabbed? Or do you go out in a blaze of glory, as they say, doing something crazy? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't have much to live for if they were yeah, you can't go anywhere or do anything unless you show this proof for this made-up disease that we made up. So that's one of the things that I'm not looking forward to, and it looks like it's inevitably snowballing and heading in our direction. Rose says, yep, that's why I'm not scared. Well, I'm glad you're not scared, Rose. If the shit hits the fan, I hope you can keep me safe, Rose. Because if I get scared and you're not scared, I need you to be there to console me. All right. Dude, if you lived out, in Wyoming somewhere or Montana and people still went out and ate dinner at restaurants and nobody around your town wore masks, hey, good for you. But if you lived in a place where everyone turned into a psycho mask tard, like where I live, yeah, it was bad, dude. I'm going to get in fist fights with random strangers on a daily basis because my nose and mouth are showing. Don't want to do that again, but it looks like we're inevitably heading in that direction again. And the sheep have been trained to where, oh, I remember when we did this last time. Let's all muzzle up. Let's get 6 feet away from each other. Oh, this time it's 12 feet. Last time it was 6 feet, but this time it's worse. So now we have to keep 12 feet away. And now you have to wear 2 muzzles. One's not enough. And you have to also wear it when you sleep. Jimmy Sunfire Parallax says, dude, it's planned just like it's written in the Bible. Yeah, but you also got to think that these guys are engineering an evil plan to fit the Bible and make it look like it's a prophecy all coming true, right? So you got to think that these evil guys in control running the evil script, that they've looked through that Bible and that they can write their evil script to match that Bible in a lot of evil ways. All right.
Incredible promise for all of us, for every American. We've actually been working with OpenAI for a while, and with Moss.
Yeah, this guy right here, I don't know who he is, but he's full of shit, and I don't want to listen to him. Whatever he's saying is a lie, and I don't want to hear it. N-word Brett says, unfortunately, my brother, it is coming. I know, bro. I told you that shit is heading in this direction again. I can see by all the moves they're making. They're setting up an even bigger plandemic than last time. It's going to suck. The only thing that'll come of it is like I'll get a surge of viewers. People like when, that last one went down, there were people that I hadn't heard from in a long time that came back to my channel, and I reemerged as a content creator. All my singing gigs evaporated, so then I became like a full-time YouTuber almost by necessity, and I've been a full-time YouTuber ever since. So one thing I would hope like hell they don't do is remove me at a time like that. God, that would suck to go through a plandemic and then have them boot me off here when I'm telling people the truth. Last time they almost did. They removed several of my videos showing that the hospitals were empty, and they demonetized me. And then like a year later, I reapplied for monetization, and they let me remonetize the channel. But for a while, they demonetized the channel and removed several videos when I was showing that the hospitals were empty during the last plandemic. If you guys remember, they were saying that the hospitals were overflowing with people. But then if you showed up to the hospitals, the parking lots were empty and the nurses were sitting around not doing shit, planning and coming up with dances. Hey, what happened to the dancing nurses? Do they still do that? Do they still dance now that the plandemic is over? All right. Pot Fried 420 says, I found you by your mask videos. They were hella funny. Okay, so you found me like 5 years ago then, right? Yeah, I had several videos get taken down back then. It was like they had somebody personally watching me, ready to remove my videos whenever I got a little too close to the truth back then. So it was kind of scary because all my singing gigs disappeared, and they don't offer any sort of unemployment benefits, for singers. And so at the time I was singing in nursing homes, and I was singing like 2-3 shows a day in some cases. So all my gigs disappeared, and I wasn't making a living with YouTube. I was mostly singing at the time. And then as a side hustle, I was beating slot machines, doing advantage gambling with slot machines. I still do that. And so they shut down the casinos at one point. That's when I was like, oh, fuck. I literally just have to go home and sit. Like, how the hell am I going to make money? So I remember resorting to making shirts at the time about the pandemic. You know, like I had one shirt that said, proud to be COVID free. And they eventually like removed my design from Teespring. And it was like, dude, I'm being attacked. Like I'm personally being attacked by the world. They canceled my singing gigs. They shut down the casinos so I can't advantage gamble. They took down my shirt and they demonetized the channel. So I literally felt like they were trying to like squeeze me, like the world was trying to squeeze me dry of every penny and like force me into poverty and homelessness. Now, it didn't get to the point where I had to beg you guys, but I was worried. I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to beg my audience if this keeps getting worse." Luckily, the casinos opened back up, and my channel eventually got got remonetized. So I was able to, and I had some money in savings, so I was able to, by the skin of my ass, slip through that pandemic. But there were a lot of businesses that went under. You guys, there's probably thousands of businesses, mom and pops, that went under during that time that never came back, you know. BOQ Precision says it almost ruined me too. My weed guy, I have an old school street dealer, and he spent a bunch of money to start his own used car dealership. And he had just got it started and was just starting to make money with it. And then that shit shut him down. And he said he lost 200 grand in that business. I was like, oh, dude, whenever I feel like, oh man, I lost X amount of money or whatever, there's people out there that lost like their whole business. Like, so my weed guy, he's got a bunch of, he's got other business ventures going on. So, he didn't like go homeless or nothing. But when he told me the story that he lost 200 G's in his used car business, it was like, dude, holy shit. Absolute devastation. Yeah, BOQ coming in with a donation. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Am I covering the Nashville school bang bang? Not tonight. I was going to stick to the Trump stuff tonight, inauguration, and all the scumbags he's been schmoozing with. Plus, I really got to watch what I say about that stuff. Basically, all school bang bang pow pow situations are not real. And if I show the clips and I go too far into detail about it not being real, the chance that the stream gets taken down starts to go up. So yeah, that's one of those things YouTube doesn't give you too much leeway. They don't really let you like expose that those are fake, that they're drills. But yeah, pretty much, bro, like 99% of the time, those are drills. I haven't like scratched the surface on that one, but I'll bet you if I just scratch the surface, I could probably find some actors with Duper's delight smiling. My teacher was shot in front of me. We were really freaked out. Yeah. Like my friend got shot and died. It was scary. It was like a movie. Usually that's what happens. If I just scratch the surface and do like a minute or two of investigating, I'll find somebody like, my friend got shot. I was scared. It sounded like fireworks. Inward Brett says, and thousands of cell towers were erected while we were locked down. Oh, dude, we're surrounded by those. Go to any park and there's always one. Diabolical, right? Go to any park where there's children playing and there's always, like, in the corner of the park, the big tower. So sometimes they got those towers that are disguised as a tree, you know, like the fake tree cell phone towers. It's like, you're not fooling anyone. We can tell that those aren't trees. Yeah, pretty diabolical and evil. All right. You got to wonder, like, I wonder what those things are going to do if they were ever turned up to, like, full blast. If they ever turned them up to 11. Them towers are for your phones. It's to make you talk on the phone to your friends and be all nice and clear and stuff. Don't be such a conspiracy theorist. Them towers ain't doing nothing to you. They ain't going to harm you at all. They're helping you talk on your phone. Don't be a dum-dum. You're spreading misinformation about them towers. All right. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, Trump pardons over 1,500 from the J6 event. That's something worth talking about. Glazing over Uncle Gary says, you believe Trump is going to have USA attack Canada? No, there won't be any war or attack by the USA on Canada or Mexico. It would be more likely that Canada and Mexico become the USA, right? And that we just, to further the idea of one world order, one world government. The meshing of Canada and the United States as one country is more likely than USA attacking Canada. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that as well. So let me go over how they're running this story that Trump is pardoning the J6ers. So first off, J6 was a staged event. Hopefully you figured that out. So it's actors pretending to storm the White House. Nobody died. Nobody cried. I know the mainstream story will tell you otherwise. And I know Trump taint lickers like to believe that these wonderful patriots are great people who don't deserve to be locked up. The whole thing was staged. It was fake. So I don't look at this like Trump's releasing these good people or these patriots. I look at it like this is just a fake story about a fake event, but they're making it out like it really happened. They're like trying to keep the authenticity of this event while also making it look like Trump's sticking up for these people who support him. Like Trump sticks up for the people who raided the White House. And when you really step back and take a look at it, it's just a big bullshit story. I got a donation coming in just now from Jimmy Sunfire Parallax. Says, I've been sending you super chats since Jake the Flat Earth asshole. You still can't read my name right. Haha. Anyways, just sending you this one. Always looking forward to your point of view. Really appreciate you being around. Well, how exactly am I supposed to say your name? Is it Jimison? Jimison Fire? Because I see Jimi, so it makes me want to say Jimmy, you know, like Jimi Hendrix, and then Son, Jimmy Son, and then Fire. But then you have that capital E in there. So maybe it's Jimison Fur E Parallax. Is that better? Jimison Fur E Parallax? I mean, if you're going to choose a name like that and shove all those letters together and make me go Jimmy's Son Fur E Parallax, you can't blame me. How am I supposed to know how it's pronounced? Thank you for your super chats, though, and thank you for your longtime support. Anyone who's been following me since the Flat Earth asshole days, you know that this channel started with me firing up my phone in my living room of my apartment, talking about how the Earth's not a globe and that outer space is fake, man. And then it turned into this, me doing this for a living, like all these years later. So yeah, if you were there from the Flat Earth asshole days and sending super chats, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your long-time support. And anybody who's been supporting the channel for that long, thank you for your long-time support. Still kicking ass, still here, still telling the truth.
Sir, first we have a list of pardons and commutations relating to events that occurred on January 6, 2020.
Okay, and how many people is this?
I think this order will apply to approximately 1,500 people. Sir.
So this is January 6th. These are the hostages. Approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
Yes.
Full pardon.
Full pardon or commutation?
Full pardon. We have about 6 commutations in there where we're doing further research.
Okay.
Nice to see you again.
So there's shills out there that have to pretend like the J6 thing was real. And they also have to pretend like someone died. So for instance, Jaron Campanella, the dirty shitbag lying shill that he is, he has to say J6 was a real event and somebody died and it was sad. He's not allowed to say that the whole thing was staged. That's a difference between a shill and someone who tells the truth, is the shills have to stick to their one subject that they're allowed to talk about, and they can't go into detail about how these things are staged and scripted. Jen No Fear with a super sticker. Thank you very much, Jen No Fear. You have also been a longtime supporter of the channel, and you've donated several times in the past, so I appreciate that. No message attached, but a super sticker. All donations are greatly appreciated, whether you have a message attached or not. And then these people right here are either actors or useful idiots. There are useful idiots who love Trump so much that they're willing to like go stand around and waste their whole day doing shit like this. So useful idiots do exist, but they also have actors who will do this for like minimum wage, you know, for a few hours.
First year, did best I could, sometimes they would let me sing the national anthem.
That's cool.
Yeah, so,
Do you sing? Do you play anything?
So whenever I come out against Trump, speak against Trump, you know, his supporters and taint lickers will always wrongfully accuse me of being for the left, or I must be some sort of Democrat liberal or whatever. But really, I point the whole thing out as being staged. I point out that the right versus left is a controlled paradigm by the government, that both sides are friends behind the scenes. I point out that the events like this, January 6th, scripted, staged, they use actors. So nobody can come along and make the claim that like I'm some sort of lefty or liberal, or I'm more for the left whenever I come out against Trump and actually have any credibility to that claim. So I've, for a long time, for years actually, called out both sides and have been pointing this out, and I'm still pointing it out. Still pointing out how these events are fake. Still pointing out how both sides are controlled. And there's still people out there who just don't get it. In fact, there were a few comments today when I said I was going to talk about this in my stream tonight. Hey, man, just stick to football, man. Most people in this country voted for Trump. They don't want to hear about this, man. Just tone it down. One guy told me to tone it down. Like, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but nobody tells me to tone it down. In fact, you tell me to tone it down, I'm going to fucking tone it up. I'm going to turn it to 11. Then I'm going to rip the fucking knob off so that it gets stuck on 11. All right. Tara May says, love you, Jake. Your live streams are always amazing, amazing. They aren't just amazing. They're amazing times two. Thank you, Tara May. I appreciate that. All my party people hanging out with me tonight on a Friday night. You could be anywhere listening to anyone or doing whatever. So for you to choose to hang out with me on Friday night and spend your time listening to my thoughts on the world, I appreciate that. You know, if you're here and you're enjoying yourself, at the bare minimum, can you do me a favor and hit the thumbs up? Not everybody has the funds to donate, and I know that, but anyone can hit the thumbs up. So if you're enjoying yourself, please show your love by hitting the thumbs up. I would appreciate that. The more thumbs up I get, the more that they recommend the stream to people, and the more people who see it, the more people who the message gets out to. I'm not going to be able to wake up the world, but I can at least change a few people's lives. Glazing over Uncle Gary says, do you think Epstein's list will finally be revealed, or have they tampered with it to hide identities? Tone it down, dude. So here's the deal. I'm not an Epstein guy, so I feel like Epstein's a made-up character. And so when it comes to stories about what happened on his island, I throw that into the bullshit category. Like, nobody ever talked about Epstein until you were told by the TV who Epstein is and why you should care. Epstein's Island. Did you hear about who was on the flight logs? Oh, that's like the same as stories about what happened at P. Diddy's parties with the baby oil. Just made up shit that the TV tells you, right? Oh my God, P. Diddy and baby oil at the parties and Epstein's Island. Shit that they told you on TV that you weren't there to see or experience. So I am in the camp where Epstein is a made-up dude, and all the things that happened on his island are stories that were told. Now, do these shitbags do evil shit, nasty shit, gay shit behind the scenes, stuff with kids and God knows what else? Yes, of course. They do all sorts of shit like that, but they ain't making it public. So I think they use celebrities like P. Diddy and stories of baby oil to throw people off the scent. They make up these characters like Epstein and his island to throw people off the scent of what's really going on. The real evil shit. The shit they don't want you to know about. That's hidden behind the story of Epstein and P. Diddy's baby oil. Does that make sense? So I look at these characters, you know, like, when I was a little boy, nobody said Epstein, nobody said Elon Musk, but now those are like household names. The TV has to come along and tell you that these people are a big deal and that you should care. And then suddenly people care. But if the TV doesn't come along and tell you that Epstein is this guy and you should care, then he would have just been some fucking guy who you don't know about. All that glitters is old, says, great content tonight as usual. Thanks, Jake. Oh, well, you know, I had like a week's worth of different Trump moves to go over. You know, it was like, oh, he's meeting up with Bill Gates. I could talk about that. Oh, shit, Kid Rock and Carrie Underwood and Dana White and all the old presidents are at his inauguration. Oh, I could talk about that. You know, so I was looking at all the stuff. You know, oh, and then the Stargate thing, I was like, oh, that's plenty. I could easily kill 2-3 hours talking about this. So yeah, I noticed since Trump has taken over, there's quite a bit of fake news to go through and sift through. Almost too much, right? Between that and then the fires still going, new fires starting, like too much fake news to cover. I'll have to get to the rest of the fake news next week. Yeah, I was saying earlier that I saw the Stargate movie, but I can't remember a single thing about it. I can't conjure up a single scene in my mind. I know I saw it. I can maybe remember like one snippet of like people walking through the actual Stargate, but I can't remember what or why or anything about it. There's other movies that I haven't seen in 10 years, 20 years that I can recall vividly scenes, but Stargate is not one of them. So, left my mind. Jimison Fur E Parallax, who I am saying the name wrong apparently, says, here's how I got my name. Alex is on Fire, a rock band, very awesome. And then Parallax is a pseudonym used by a flat earth author from the 1800s. Jim is on fire. Oh, like this Jim is on fire. This Jim is on fire. Parallax. This Jim is on fire. Now I got it. Thank you for clearing that up, Jim, and sending me another super chat. I was saying Jimison fire. Jimison fire. Jim is on fire. All right. I won't forget now, dude. So that's what makes my audience awesome. We have a misunderstanding. They send me money and clear up the misunderstanding. Maybe I should open up a business where all I have is misunderstandings, and then you guys send me money to clear up those misunderstandings. So I'll just purposely misunderstand things and say people's name wrong so that they send me money and clear the name up. Is that a thing? Is that a business model? Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Or am I? All right. Free the J6ers.
Well, here to show support. I want to see the people that were going to be coming out, hopefully coming out of here soon. Some of them I used to live with prior. I left this jail on March 7th of 2024.
Imagine going and hanging out outside of a jail because you want to meet actors coming out of the jail. How big of a loser do you got to be to go want to meet people who participated in a staged government-run event?
For prison, got out on May 20th, and right now I've been forced to live here in D.C. past 8 months, not from here, but I am excited about the pardons and the commutations. I don't think we're done. I think he'll be going case by case as he's...
Shady Davey D telling me to plug my merchandise. All right. I guess I could do that. I have in my description of my stream, I have a link for my own design, the Lunar Module or Homeless Tweaker Shelter t-shirt. I've been wearing these shirts, this design, for many years. I designed it back in 2017, I want to say, maybe 16, and been wearing this design ever since. It's a timeless classic design, never goes out of style. If you want your very own Lunar Module or Homeless Tweaker Shelter t-shirt, the link is in the description down below. You can also get the Lunar Module or Tweaker Shelter coffee mug. Which looks like this. See?
As he shared. It's amazing how just everything, the inauguration, everything just seems so beautifully and well done today. I'm excited for the truth to come out, and I'm excited also for people to be able to start getting their lives back. At the same time, I'm worried about them, and also the people that are coming out. It's going to be tough at first, some people's lives are completely ruined. But like Trump said, the American spirit, we can push on, and I'm excited for that. But I want to say this too. We've lost lives over it. The suicides there that day. Ashley Babbitt was shot that day, and it's not right what they did.
Nobody died. Nobody cried. Shut up, Proud Boy. Get off my screen, Proud Boy. Dude, how much of a moron do you gotta be to be a MAGA-tard and go hang out in front of jails waiting for actors to come out so you can congratulate them and treat them like they're celebrities? Oh, guys, like I said earlier, we are so fucked. So fucked. Matthew Schimberg says, will Trump and Elon stage a Mars landing? Not with humans. I think they know that, like, putting humans on the moon or Mars, you're immediately going to get the backlash from guys like me and others who are going to call it out as fake. And we're not just going to call it out as fake. We'll prove it's fake. So they know that the common man buying, men on Mars walking around, that like a good number of the people will buy it, but not everyone's going to buy that. So they can just keep kicking the can down the field, kicking it down the road, kick the can down the road. That's what they say, by just saying, oh, we're going to go back in 2029. And then 2029 comes. We're going to go back in 2035. So they keep saying they're going to go back to the moon, but then they just keep pushing back the date. So they can do the same thing with Mars. Just keep pushing back the date. And then before you know it, it's like, okay, it's 2100. We're hoping that we can get humans back on the moon by 2150. So they just keep pushing it back until you die and enough people die. And then they can be like, nobody's ever been to the moon, so we're thinking about going. See? They could totally let enough people die and then change the story and say no one's ever been to the moon and then refake the moon landing again and get away with it. So I doubt that Elon and Trump stage any sort of Mars landing with people. So the best you'll get is rovers. The best you'll get is rovers on Mars. And of course, we have the rover on the moon, because we take the rover and we go to the moon. And then you know that we come back soon. Rove to the left, rove to the right. Bitch, you know that we rove all night. Land on the moon. We land on the moon. All right. All right. So this story about Trump pardoning 1,500 J6ers, it's got some people upset. Some people think that there's actual violent J6ers of the right who should not be let out of jail. See, I call the whole thing out as being fake, whereas there's people who believe in this event, believe it was real, and they think that those people should be locked up because they're dangerous. So let's hear that side of the story. Yeah. The most unpopular promise he made. President Trump pardons violent Jan 6 rioters.
Unpopular promise that Donald Trump made as a candidate was to pardon the men and women who stormed the U.S. Capitol and physically assaulted cops. So unpopular that his own VP said 1 week ago he would never do it. Well, JD Vance, welcome to your new life. Yesterday, Donald Trump commuted the sentences of and pardoned everyone, from the most violent criminals who participated in the insurrection to those convicted of lesser offenses. More than 1,500 pardons or commutations in all for the people who violently stormed the U.S. Capitol, leading to the deaths of 5 police officers and injuring 140 others. Insurrectionists who threatened the lives of every member of Congress and Donald Trump's own vice president. In light of all that, we begin with the testimony of someone who was in the room at practically every stage of the plot to overturn the 2020 election.
I was in the vicinity of a conversation where I overheard the president say something to the effect of, you know, I don't effing care that they have weapons. They're not here to hurt me. Take the effing mags away. Let my people in. They can march to the Capitol from here. Let the people in. Take the effing mags away.
Let my people in. They can march to the Capitol from here. The violence that Donald Trump unleashed on the men and women of law enforcement in the U.S. Capitol is seared into the minds of those officers who were on the receiving end of it, the officers who fought to defend the Capitol from Trump supporters. Here's what they said at the first hearing of the January 6th Select Committee.
On January 6th, for the first time, I was more afraid to work at the Capitol than my entire deployment to Iraq.
So guys, check it out. If you believe in the right versus left paradigm, and you believe in their psychological operations, they get you to choose a side. So they get you to choose the lefty side. These people are dangerous. They should not be left out of jail. Oh my God, these are like crazy right-wing killers that are being let out of jail. They get you to pick that side, or they get you to pick the other side. I'm waiting outside the jail for all these wonderful patriots so I can come out, shake their hand, and get down and suck their balls. I can't wait to meet these patriots who stormed the White House like awesome patriots that they are. Can't wait to get down there and suck their balls. Right? They'd make you choose one of those two camps. Meanwhile, I'm the dude standing back in the minority. You know, I'm like part of the fraction of a percent standing back going, hey, all of this is fake bullshit. And there's very few of me out there telling you about this, how it's all a big scripted shit show where they get you to choose one of those two shitty sides, right? All those people who stormed the Capitol are pieces of shit and they're killers and they deserve to be in jail. You have to choose that side. Or you have to be the magatard who wants to wait outside the jail and meet the patriots. Those are your choices. Yeah. Meanwhile, there's me, the crazy conspiracy theorist with the funny hat, who's like, yeah, all this is fake bullshit. Who would have known the fraction of percentage led by the guy with the funny hat is the group that tells the truth the most. I'm not really leading the group, but you know what I mean.
I too was being crushed by the rioters. I could feel myself losing oxygen and recall thinking to myself, this is how I'm going to die, defending this entrance.
They began to beat me with their fists and with what felt like hard metal objects. At one point, I came face to face with an attacker who repeatedly lunged for me and attempted to remove my firearm. I heard chanting from some in the crowd, get his gun, and kill him with his own gun.
Sure you did, buddy. Sure you did.
I was aware enough to recognize I was at risk of being stripped of and killed with my own firearm. I was electrocuted again and again and again.
I thought if you get electrocuted, that means you die. That means you're dead. Like electrocuted means like you were shocked to death by electricity. That's like saying I drowned, right? If you drowned, then you're dead. It's like you get electrocuted, you're dead. You drowned, you're dead. But it's like if a kid says, I drowned, it just means he went underwater for like a minute and was uncomfortable. So this guy got shocked, but he didn't get electrocuted.
With a taser.
I was effectively defenseless and gradually sustaining injury from the increasing pressure of the mob. Directly in front of me, a man seized the opportunity of my vulnerability, grabbed the front of my gas mask, and used it to beat my head against the door.
And I am also the parents of the kids that were shot at the school that day. It was a very sad day. I'll never forget what that day felt like when I lost my loved one.
He switched to pulling it off my head.
One woman in a pink MAGA shirt yelled, "You hear that, guys? This voted for Joe Biden." Then the crowd, perhaps around 20 people, joined in screaming, "Boo!" Yet another black officer later told me he had been confronted by insurrectionists in the Capitol.
While I was getting attacked in the Capitol, one of the attackers said, "This motherfucker right here, his dumb black fat ass voted for Joe Biden. Let's all boo this man." And then they all booed me, and it made me sad.
Who told him, "Put your gun down and we'll show you what kind of you really are."
And then they said, "We're going to take that gun and we're going to shove it up your Joe Biden loving black fat ass, you monkey motherfucking titty sucking two-ball bitch. Got a ping pong pussy like a son of a bitch. So motherfucking ugly and your teeth are like glass. Every time I look at you, remind me of an ass." It's what he said, and I was really sad, and I don't like it. Serious shit. All right. Serious shit, guys. One of the attackers was in the middle of punching me in the face and kicking me in the balls, and he was like, "This guy right here voted for Joe Biden. Let's take his gun and shoot him in his pecker and stomp on his butt and boo him and call his mom a whore." And I didn't like it. The end. Yeah. Shillbag bitch ass Jaron Campanella says that shit was real. He's not allowed to say it was scripted, staged event. So Jaron's shill bitch ass is like, "Ashley Babbitt died. It was real." All right. Cactus Jack said, "I hope he doesn't kiss his mother with that mouth." Hey, you guys heard. He was the one cussing. I was just repeating what he was saying. Verbatim. Got the J6 stuff. All right. What other video did I want to show? I might have one or two more, and I could just open it up. We can just do question and answer, open chat, whatever. All right. Hersey Berry says, "Who is Jaron?" Jaron Campanella is a government agent, a government appointed actor who pretended to be a flat earther for like a decade. And he went to Antarctica with a Christian pastor millionaire who's also a shitbag government appointed shill. And they did what was known as the final experiment, is what they called it. It was an observation where Jaron looked at the sun in Antarctica and it went around his head for 24 hours. And then he came back and said, "Earth cannot be flat because I saw the sun do a 360 in Antarctica. So therefore, Earth must be a globe." And basically the whole flat Earth community lost their shit And he was put all over these mainstream news outlets all over the world saying flat earther goes to Antarctica and realizes he was wrong. And he also challenged me to a loser leave YouTube penis measuring contest. And when I declined, he tried to file a false restraining order against me. Yeah, true story. So yeah, shitbag of a guy. Absolute wretched, god-awful human. And since he's a government shill, he's only allowed to talk about one subject, and he's not allowed to talk about all these other conspiracies. So he has to pretend that all the men pretending to be women in Hollywood, he has to pretend like those are real women. The fires in LA, he's not allowed to go into detail about how that's controlled arson. The January 6th event, oh, that's totally real, man. And the girl did die. See? So that's what Jaron will tell you. Yes, the greasy, shifty, shisty Jesuit sellout. Kind of sounds like Kermit the Frog, a little bit. Jaron the Frog. Hey guys, Jaron here. I'm doing VIP. You want to hang out with me? Karen B, VIP. Enjoy my VIP. Hang out with me. Every Friday, we do a crypto class, VIP. You guys, I'm the only one that tells the truth. No truthers tell the truth. I'm the only one that tells the truth. I went to Antarctica. I saw the sun do a 360. That's impossible on a flat earth. So that means our observations align more with the globe. Me, Karen B, VIP, Jaron, me. Yes, Hershey Berry, I did a full breakdown of every single piece of evidence from the ass in the nation attempt. So if you go back to when that happened, I did a live stream about it. And it was like 3 hours long. And I went over every piece of footage, frame by frame in some instances. And I showed frame by frame. He went down, was surrounded by his Secret Service team. It gave him plenty of opportunity to blade his ear or add fake blood to his ear. He stands up. The crowd doesn't disperse. Nobody behind him got hit by any bullets. He does his pose, which who's going to pose after being shot? Crowd, instead of freaking out and dispersing, chants USA, USA, USA. Crowd continues to stick around. And then when you find that somebody in the crowd was hit and you zoom in and try to find that person, what you get are a bunch of people pointing to some guy who you can't see, who you can't make out. You can't see any of the wounds, but you have people pointing to this guy in the crowd. And then they pick the guy up and carry him off, and everyone just continued sitting there, hanging out. Like, oh yeah, some guy just got his brains blown out right here, but let's just sit in the pool of his blood with pieces of his head and keep chanting USA. Yeah, the fact that the crowd didn't disperse means the crowd was all in on it and acting. And then there's little things that if you would have paid close attention that I went over, like everybody's phone, black screen, right? Everyone's phone, black screen. Every single person who had their phone out, not one of them had the phone on and recording. Every single person with their phone out had a black screen. So I went over it frame by frame. Logically broke it down, physically broke it down. And so luckily that stream is still out there if you want to go back and watch. So my investigation of that event was extensive. I went and looked up every piece of footage, every angle I could find. Watched it from all the angles, frame by frame, slowed it down. And between what I was showing and then you guys in the audience, we picked it apart. picked it apart. And then they removed 2 of my videos because I actually made some videos about it. And so they left the live stream standing, but they took down 2 of my videos because they showed predictive programming beforehand that something was going to happen to Trump, like an ass in the nation attempt. And I predicted beforehand that there might be a fake attempt on Trump's life. So I put a clip of me predicting beforehand along with then it happening. And so they took that video down. They don't want people knowing that I predicted it beforehand and then proved that I predicted it. So they took down 2 of my videos, and I got the warning because my channel was clean. I didn't have any strikes or any warnings. So they took down 2 videos and they gave me the warning. And so those after like 3 months, the warning expired. So right now my channel's back to being squeaky clean, which is good. So I can get away with, if they did take down a video, it'll just be a warning again. The warning's good. Keeps me from having to serve week-long suspensions and 2-week-long suspensions. Because when you get a strike, they won't even let you upload for a week. And then if you get 2 strikes, they won't let you upload for 2 weeks. And then if I get 2 strikes, that's when I have to put everything on private and wait for 3 months for the strikes to go away, which has happened a couple times in the past. So that sucks when that happens. All right. Yeah, the incident with Trump being shot in his ear. Yeah, I broke that down and proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that that was some fake shit. And I had over 1,000 people watching. So double what we have now. There was like 1,100 or 1,200 people watching at once. So a shitload of people were tuning in to see what I had to say and watch my investigation. So I noticed when there's a big event that goes down, a trending event, my numbers go up significantly. But if it's just some random run-of-the-mill thing, like Trump went to McDonald's or whatever, then I'll get maybe half that, 500 people. So I noticed that if it's a major event that goes down, major psychological event that everyone's talking about, my numbers significantly go up. My crowds are much bigger. Yeah, Shady Davy D, the more you're on YouTube, the more you talk about, the more you'll see that there's certain video topics they just don't want you talking about. There's certain conspiracies they don't give a shit if you talk about it at all. And then there's other conspiracies, absolute no-no. So for instance, fake space. You can talk about the moon landing being fake, the space station being fake all day long. You know what I mean? Any space mission that you want to say is fake, they'll let you do that, and they'll even approve your video for ads. If you're monetized, they'll approve your video for ads, even if you're saying space is fake. But if you say that, let's say one of these school bang bang pow pows is fake, oh yeah, that's a no-no. They'll take down your video. At the very minimum, they won't let you run ads. But chances are they'll take down your video if you come out and call that fake. Any event where somebody supposedly dies and you say it's fake, they'll whack your video. But you can sit there and make fun of the moon landing and be like, this is the fakest shit ever. The moon landing is the fakest, stupidest fucking thing that ever happened. They got no problem with that. They'll let you run ads. So I find it fascinating that there's certain subjects that they're like, no, we'll take down your video if you talk about how those kids didn't die. If you talk about how kids didn't die, oh, that's a big no-no. But if you talk about how their space missions are totally fucking fake and then even prove it, they're like, oh yeah, we don't care. Go ahead. Hershey says, YouTube deleted my post. I started like this. Trump doubled the deficit in his first turn. So YouTube censors comments. They censor comments in my comment section. They censor my comments. So if you leave a comment and then you go back and look and it's not there, first off, go to the newest first. So just above where the comments are, it'll say top comments or newest first. Always click newest first. Sometimes if you have 3-4 replies, it'll only show one of your replies, or it won't show someone else's replies to you. Always go to newest first and then go to the comments. And then sometimes you'll see comments that you thought got deleted, or you'll see comments that someone made to you that you didn't see before you clicked newest first. So always go to the newest first and click that. Then sometimes they just delete your comments just because they don't like what you said. Or it's like an algorithm, like, that just automatically doesn't like one word that you typed, one little thing that you typed that doesn't like it, and it just gets rid of it. I can't tell you how many times I've been attacked by my own supposed supporters who go, bro, you deleted my comment. You are controlled opposition. Bro, I didn't know you were a shill. Why do you keep deleting my comments? And it's like, dude, I'm not deleting your fucking comments. The only comments I delete are ones that call me fucking names. If you call me a shill, then I'll fucking delete your comment and ban you. Or, if you insult me in any way, I'm deleting that comment. But if you talk about something like Trump doing something and then they delete your comment about Trump, that's not me. But I can't tell you how many times I've been attacked and slandered by people who I thought were supporters of me because they think I'm the one sitting here just randomly deleting comments that aren't about me. So I even found myself today explaining that. Like, bro, is this your first time on YouTube? They delete comments. They censor shit here. It ain't me doing it. Well, I didn't type anything that should have been censored, so it must have been you. It's like, no, it wasn't me. So dealing with that conversation over and over again, that sucks, but it still happens. People still think that like I'm censoring them. The only people who I censor are people who directly insult me, straight up. Yeah, sometimes it's like one wrong word won't let your post go. Whereas if you misspell that one word, then it's fine. I noticed that if you misspell shit, you can get away with saying a lot more, but you got to purposely misspell shit. I'm noticing that ever since the election got promoted and Trump won, it's like they don't really want you talking bad about Trump anymore. Like YouTube's like down throttling anyone talking about Trump, especially anyone pointing out that the right versus left paradigm is all created by them and that the whole thing's scripted and staged and fake, set up by them to divide us. Anyone pointing that out gets down throttled and shadow banned. So if you talk about Trump in a negative light, but you're doing it from a liberal standpoint, they're okay with that. But they don't like it whenever I post anything exposing Trump. They automatically take my subs away. So even today, when I posted that I was going to do this stream, I noticed my sub count dropped. And I've been posting a lot of NFL content, which usually makes my sub count just go up each day. And then I noticed today the sub count dropped a bit when I made the thumbnail with Trump in it. You know what I'm saying? Saying that I was going to expose Trump tonight. I noticed, now suddenly the sub count starts to drop. So it's like they don't want you calling out the whole thing and ruining their illusion that they set up. They either want you to hate the orange man because you're a libtard, or they want you to worship the orange man and be a magatard. They don't want you to be a free-thinking individual who can see through the bullshit and see that it's a left versus right paradigm that they set up to divide you. They want you as far away from that thought as possible. Yeah, there's always a few subs who show up because of the football videos who are still stuck in the right versus left paradigm. I understand that. I wake up thousands of people to football being fake. Some of those guys vote for Trump and think that Trump's a good guy. Well, they're fucking idiots. So if you subscribe to me and you just figured out that football's fake, but you still think that Trump's a good guy and you don't like me talking about it, well, too fucking bad. I'm talking about it anyway. So I'm not going to stop pointing out that Trump's a piece of shit liar, that he's in bed with the lefties that he pretends to be against. He's every bit a part of the deep state that he pretends to be against. The Quanon bullshit is a creation of the evil elites. So I'm not gonna stop talking about that or pointing it out just because people who follow my football content are still in the right-left paradigm. So I'm not trying to be the most popular, beloved YouTuber of all time. So yeah, some of the subs that choose to unsub or stop watching because I criticize Trump, good riddance. Get gone. Not gonna miss you. Dude took a fat knee. I know exactly what you're talking about. When that fat player from the Ravens, he was like 350 pounds. He intercepted the ball and then he took a knee. And I said that he took a fat knee. Yeah. This guy's referencing a clip from one of my top 10 most rigged plays videos where a defensive player intercepted the ball and he was so fat. I was like, oh, look, let's all cheer because the fat guy did something. Oh, look, the fat guy just took a fat knee. Yeah. Jake's an archon. He's literally a shape-shifting archon. True story, I've been accused of being a shape-shifting archon. There's a guy who has a channel who actually made videos about how I'm a shape-shifting archon and that I play the role of Nick Johnson, this other YouTuber. So there's a YouTuber with like 1 million subs who does videos about what it's like to live in places across America. And many of you, I'm sure, have heard of him, Nick Johnson. And there's a guy that claimed that I am Nick Johnson and that I shapeshift into Nick Johnson. And I'm like, you think I wear a mask or a disguise? And he goes, you're a bloody shape-shifting archon. Masks controlled opposition. You bloody shape-shifting archon. So it's a dude from Tasmania. His name's Aaron Haywood. He literally thinks I'm a shape-shifting archon. And he literally tells people that I'm a shape-shifting archon. And he literally thinks that I am Nick Johnson and that I shapeshift into Nick Johnson. Yep. True story. In fact, I haven't showed Aaron in a long time. I haven't even looked at his channel in a long time. Let me see what he's up to. We'll check in on him. See if he's saying anything about me anymore. All right, well, this channel says he hasn't posted anything in 2 years. Aaron Haywood 2.0. Aaron Haywood 6.0. He hasn't posted in a year. Let me see if I can find the video where he calls me a shape-shifting archon. He says I play the role of like 3 or 4 different people. I found some guy who made a video about him calling me an Archon. Here we go.
I had a new subscriber a few months ago recommend this channel / character pictured on screen, who goes by the name of Jake the Arsehole. Now, when I came over to have a look at this channel, the first thing I noticed is this hat here. Because this hat is symbolic of the Nephilim.
So the hat is symbolic of the Nephilim. Now,
My hat is symbolic of the Nephilim. Well, that's news to me. I was in a psychedelic rock band, and we wore funky hats. And I had more than just this one. We wore several different hats, and that was like our thing. Our gimmick was to wear funky hats. But apparently it's because of the Nephilim.
looked into a little bit about the hats and the Nephilim and all that, and his because
An Archon. This is another multi roller. Most likely an Archon.
A moldy roller. I was like, a moldy roller? What's a moldy roller? A multi-roller. I play multi-roles. Shapeshifting Archon.
Of some sort. Playing multi.
now remember, he's literally saying that Jake must be an Archon because he's wearing a hat.
Yeah, I wear a hat, so
They're giving you
therefore I'm
no
an
other
Archon.
evidence, and the evidence that comes up later here is no better.
Multiple roles. So I sat down for a minute and I thought, now, who is he? And it didn't take me long to figure it out. Because Jake, the arsehole, is the actor John Hamm.
I'm the actor John Hamm, you guys. Did you guys know that? So he says I'm Nick Johnson. He says I'm another guy from Chad, from some other YouTube channel. And I'm also John Hamm. You guys, do you know that? I'm John Hamm. Let me look up John Hamm on Google. And then we'll look at a picture of him and me side by side. And you guys can tell me. So that's the claim. You think he's kidding. He's not fucking kidding. He's not kidding. All right. So I'm John Hamm. I'm this guy. Right? I mean, clearly that's a dead ringer for me. So I actually went over to this dude's channel and I was like, okay, this has to be a joke. Like, he can't be serious. And I even asked him, like, so do you think I put on like a mask and like use like Hollywood makeup and stuff to become these people? And he goes, that's controlled opposition. It's misinformation. Yeah, a shape-shifting Archon. So he thinks I magically shape-shift into John Hamm and then from John Hamm back to Jake. But that's not all. He also claimed I was like two other guys. So he thinks I play multiple roles and that I magically shape-shift. Guys, there is a man who lives in Tasmania who thinks that I shape-shift into different people. And he makes videos about it, telling people that I do this as a means to expose me. Yeah, the internet's weird, man. People think the stuff that I talk about's weird. Oh, imagine thinking that I'm a shape-shifting Archon who is also John Hamm. There's a guy that thinks that, and he's not kidding. All right. So he uses this face similarity website. This is like his favorite website, this Pictree site. And he'll put a picture of me, and then he'll put a picture of whoever. And then look, 62 similarity. I guess that's good enough that I must be him. So as long as you just use that website and you stick a picture of me with any celebrity, as long as that number's high enough, then I guess I am that person. Yeah. The internet's a crazy place, y'all.
From Mad Men.
All right. Jake the asshole is John Hamm from Mad Men. And he has this site here, which with a similarity meter, and it's you even have to look like John Hamm. If he's an Archon shapeshifter, shapeshift into anything. My goodness. And that's not even like a famous look. That wasn't even the same pose. It wasn't even the same facial expression. Way out. It might be easy. Like, yeah, I'm busted. You're welcome.
Yeah, look, people in his comment section were like, wow, just wow, thank you. Look, busted. Like, people were commenting that he busted me and got me. Yeah, unreal, huh?
I know they're seeing things up.
That take on many roles.
Many roles.
Now, another giveaway here because they leave little clues.
I leave little clues that I'm a shape-shifting Archon, you guys. And you know why I do that? I have to. It's my karmatic release for me to leave little clues so that you guys find out I'm a shapeshifter. I want you to know I'm John Hamm, but I also want to cover it up. But I want you to know, but I don't. So I leave little clues.
So I want you to have a look at this photo here. From John Hamm. See what he's doing there with the eyebrow.
So that's me. I'm John Hamm, and you can see what I'm doing with my eyebrow, right? I'm raising it like that. So obviously, since I have this ability to raise my eyebrow, and that's a picture of John Hamm, and I am John Hamm, that's a little clue that I'm leaving for you that I'm a shape-shifting Archon.
So John Hamm in that picture is raising his left eyebrow. All right.
Now we'll come across to Jake.
Let's see. Why not come across?
Right? Lint away, air duct dryer cleaning, right? Isn't this some hilarious shit? How many people do you know that get accused of being a shape-shifting Archon and have someone out there making content about how they are a shape-shifting Archon and they're serious?
Across to Jake. Jake. We're going to look at his eyebrows. Jake raises his left eyebrow too.
And as you can see in his thumbnails, he's also...
Oh, yeah, that's it right there. You're busted, Jake. Look at that.
Look, man, I raised my eyebrow in my thumbnail, and John Hamm raised his eyebrow. Shape-shifting Archon, 100% confirmed. I left that little tidbit in there so that I can be released of any karmatic consequences for my evil shape-shifting ways.
Wow, he raised his eyebrow. Not as impressively as John Hamm, though, I must say. Much more exaggerated raised eyebrow for John Hamm.
Yeah, Rose, I never heard of it until this guy called me one. So I never heard of shape-shifting Archons until this guy called me one. That was my introduction to being an Archon, was being called one by this crazy fucking Tasmanian guy. A bloody shape-shifting Archon.
All right, so he doesn't look exactly like John Hamm. He doesn't raise his eyebrow exactly like John Hamm. So what the fuck are you trying to tell us, Aaron? Aaron Haywood? The fuck?
he's also always making...
He's always making...
is Chad.
Oh, yeah, I'm Chad, too.
Plays is Chad from Open Your Reality.
I'm also Chad from Open Your Reality, guys. You know, it's funny. I could probably get in contact with this guy and like do a stream with him. But according to Aaron, I am that guy. So I would probably go get one of my shape-shifting Archon buddies to pretend to be Chad so that the jig isn't up that I am Chad.
Oh my gosh, really? He's Chad? He's Chad? Huh? Now this one I can't argue with. Just look at the similarities here.
That's
and once
me.
again, why do they have to look? Why does he have to look even
Looks
like the guy?
exactly like
this one
me.
here? I don't think he looks anything like
Dude, that's
Chad
me.
from Open Your Reality.
I am Chad.
Well, let's see
and,
what brilliant
and I'm John
description Aaron
Hamm.
comes up with.
Zoom in on that face.
And then he also goes on to say that I'm Nick Johnson. So you guys, I do like a few hours each day as Jake the Asshole. And I like take my dog Ralph out for a walk. And then I shapeshift and then I be Chad for a few hours. And then I shapeshift and I be John Hamm for a few hours. And then I shapeshift and I be Nick Johnson for a few hours. So each day I have to continuously shapeshift around so that I can get each person's work done. So I'm only Jake for like 4 or 5 hours of the day or so. And then I just disappear and I'm busy being Chad. And my poor dog, he just has to wait until I shapeshift back to Jake. And then Chad here, his family and anyone who knows him, like they have to wait for me to be him in order to see him. And then I'm also Nick Johnson, who's married and has a wife and kids. So that means his wife and his kids, they just wait around for me to transform into Nick Johnson. Yeah. See, I not only juggle all these roles, I juggle the relationships with all the family members and stuff too. I mean, think of that story. How fucking unbelievably unhinged and deranged and delusional and just straight up retarded you have to be to think that and then make a video about it. And then here I am on the other end watching it. Like, he's not kidding. How can he be not kidding? How can he be not kidding, you guys? He's not. He's not fucking kidding. But how can he be not kidding? Like, how can a person who lives in Tasmania find me and then come to that conclusion and then make that video? And then I find that video and I watch it and I'm like, what? And then I show it to you guys and you guys are like, what? And I'm like, I know, right? Yeah, if I really want to freak my dog out, I shapeshift into Chad or John Hamm right in front of him, and then he goes. And then I shapeshift back. Then he starts wagging his tail. Then I shapeshift to like Nick Johnson, and he's like, "What?" No, he's not kidding. He's ran like 6 different channels. He like gets strikes and then he starts new channels. He attacks lots of people, not just me. So he accuses lots of people of being shapeshifting archons. He also says like people are arachnoids. He'll say, this is an arachnoid. This isn't a shapeshifting archon. Clearly an arachnoid. So he like comes up with all these different words, you know. You're like an alien arachnoid hybrid bug person. Very strange. Yeah, if I could shapeshift into anybody or anything, like why would I turn into somebody who I kind of look like? Right? Is that like a rule? Like if you're a shapeshifting archon, you have to kind of turn into someone who you look like? That's kind of weird. Imagine trying to explain that you're not a shapeshifting archon, and then a guy goes, "Yes, you are, liar." All right, I've been on here 3 hours, and I think that's a good time for me to go ahead and shut it down. It was a fun stream. We got through a good bit, and hopefully you guys got something out of this. at least a laugh, if nothing else. So if you haven't yet, hit the thumbs up before I shut it down, and I'll try and run another stream maybe this weekend. Maybe I'll do another one tomorrow or Sunday. So I'll try and do some more streams soon so that you guys don't have to wait so long to hang out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream, the next video, whichever. And you guys enjoy your weekend and all that mess. We'll talk to you guys later. All right, good night. Peace out. Love you guys.